want to talk about today is this idea of a paired response protocol. And this is going to be a way of responding to each other's writing. When you are given someone's writing to respond to, what are the kinds of things that we normally pay attention to? Yes?
Well, like when you're giving someone...
Like you hand someone an essay, and you ask them...
grammar, spelling, like grammar, spelling, like indent, things like that, capitalization, commas, stuff like that, yeah. Fairness of writing, makes sense. Organization.
What do you mean by organization?
I mean, like, are the paragraphs, like for how you have it, like, are they organized, like, in the correct way? Or, like, if there's a, like, but, like, I've got deductive points in my history students, like, they haven't have it in the correct, organized way. So this is weird from the first.
Okay.
You know, like if you put like your thesis, like, you know, they were supposed to be at the beginning, at the end.
Right, like sometimes when we write, we figure out what we're going to say later on, and we forget to revise it back up into the paper, so it ends up looking like, you know, we're making points only at the end of the paper or something.
Yeah.
Sigal.
I have a question about the essay. For the technification, do you do like homework, comma?
Page number.
Page number or line?
Page number.
Both.
That's okay.
I was like, I'm not sure. I was wondering.
Okay, we're not taking a survey. We'll deal with that shortly. So we've talked about, you know, we expect to get feedback on grammar, spelling, format, punctuation, clarity, paragraphs, whether it's well organized. If they flow.
Like, if one another. Like, you don't want it to be like, I got a pizza. Oh my god, I love ice cream. Like, it should be like, I got a pizza, and then we walk to that ice cream shop. Oh my god, I love ice cream. No.
So we're gonna kind of pair that under well organized and, you know, includes transitions or something like that. We try to avoid the word flow because it just, like, it describes how blood or water or mud moves. So. So, right, never mind. So, when we respond to each other, Tyler, what we're going to be focusing on is not these things that the Microsoft Office robot takes care of. You may not have noticed, but it helps you out with things like spelling, and it can help you out with issues of grammar. It can even help you out with inconsistent formatting issues using its famous green, red, and blue squigglies, right? So when we respond to each other's essays, we want to get above the level of squigglies, right? We want to give some actual good feedback. So clarity is something that's really important. We look at if things are well organized, but let me tell you how we're going to look at those. What we're going to do is
Yes, have party instead.
Nice try. So what we're going to do is called the paired response protocol. This operates on an idea called, oh, never mind. No, I'm not. So you may have heard this phrase before, from strength to strength. And when we're responding to somebody's writing, we apply this idea by helping them to see what part of their essay, what part of their writing is working the best. When we write, we make a lot of decisions, and a bunch of them are guesses. And being told which guesses were wrong actually isn't that helpful. because there may be an infinite number of things I could do wrong someplace. So if you help me out and tell me what I did right, then I can go, it's working right here. I need to make the rest of my paper do what's going on here. And it allows me to have a model, something I come back to. Sigal?
You also do what are all correct, right?
We actually, most of your response is going to focus on not correcting your peers, but responding to your peers. So let me tell you how we're going to get that done. The first thing you're going to... I know it's wrong by reading it.
Like, let's say she reads my paper only saying what's right, like, good job here, and she doesn't say anything's wrong, then I turn it in and half of it's wrong.
Right, so it could be that this one response from a peer isn't going to solve all of your needs, right? One of the things you definitely want to do with anything you read is you want to have someone proofread it. Now, I'm an English teacher, which is a different job than a proofreader. You might have friends that are really good in English who would be willing to proofread for you. But, you know, you have to find someone to work with. And if you want to work with me to proofread, we can on an individual level. But I'm not going to be one of those English teachers who collects everyone's work and then sits there and edits it and gives it to you and has you change it and give it to me, because most of that work is useless. What we're actually trying to work on is getting you to do the argumentative and logical work you need to do in your essay. And this is how we're going to do that. It's called a paired response protocol. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to answer a set of writer questions. And you're going to write the answer to these questions. The first question is, and you're writing about your own essay. It's not a bad idea, taking notes. The first question that you have to respond to is, what is the main point? Now, you've written the essay. You should be able to, answer what the main point of the essay is, right? Okay. The second question I'm going to ask you to respond to is, what is the best sentence? So you wrote this paper. In your estimation, which sentence do you think works the best? Does it make sense? Out of the whole paper. You can copy that sentence right over, or you can say, paragraph 3, sentence 5 begins with the word Bubba. So we know which sentence you're talking about.
Yeah, if it starts with the word Bubba, I'm sure it's not me.
Right? Especially if it's about the Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, no.
Probably not.
Bubba.
3. Where is that's just not okay. No, Magic Pen changes shapes and makes spotlights and stuff. Where is your writing?
Oh, if you did show us. So we'd always scratch up the whole. I'd always mess it up.
Okay, yeah, stop. Thank you. Art scratch board's cool. Thank you. Stomp you. So, where is your writing the most clear? And then last is, what did you leave out? Make sure you get those written down. Yeah, because I have 4 more questions I have to put up for the reader. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Actually, yeah, if you could.
Wait, I'm not ready though.
I'm gonna get a paper.
I can write it down.
Wait, can we have like that big paper and just put it right up there?
Yeah, I have paper. I have paper.
Like, the huge paper. What is the what?
What is the main point? What is the best sentence? Where is your writing the most clear? And what did you leave out?
Where is there? Right?
Where? This is the writer questions. So you as the author are answering these questions.
Wait, we're answering our own work.
There you go. You're with me now. We're all in the same wagon.
So how's it?
It will be, but that's
Well, it's a paired response protocol, right? So we haven't gotten to the paired part yet.
Parents first, parents come before response.
But words alphabetically. No. Yeah, response.
The first question that the reader answers in writing is, what is the main point? Now you're beginning to see the paired nature.
Yeah, we're starting back at 1.
It's all the same sentence.
Can I write it on the other side?
Close.
Oh, you bring mine. See that? Reader.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the same. Wait, is that red or written? On this dartboard?
So, the reader questions are a similar set. The first 3 are identical. What is the main point? What is the best sentence? Where is the writing most clear? What questions do you have is the 4th one. So, the first thing you'll do for your essay is you'll respond to the writer questions, and then for your partner's essay, you'll respond to the reader questions. You will not talk about your essays with your partner. You will not share your writer answers with your reader. When your reader is done, they will share their reader answers with you, and then you, as the writer, will need to make some choices about revising, right? Because what you'll have is you'll have your essay, and then you'll have the writer responses, and you'll have the reader responses, and you'll have to choose which of these you want to look at. So, for example, you've got these two, what is the main point, right? And you know that you want them to match. Because you want the reader and the writer to think the main point's the same thing. That's how you know the thesis is working properly. If it's not, who do you think is right? The writer or the reader? The reader. The customer's always right, the reader's right, because the writer knows what they wanted the main point to be. But the reader's going to be able to say, as it stands, this is what the main point is. So go. Excellent. Now we're clear? Okay. What is the best sentence? This is one where we're really looking to help you find a model inside of your own writing to base what your revision's on. So instead of having a revision protocol that gives you your paper back with all of these errors marked and you fix the errors and think you then deserve an A, what we're doing is we're giving you someone's perspective on where they feel your essay is working best, and the revision process is going back into that essay and trying to make it work even better.
So once we get to that, we're allowed to go on the same one and do all of our own edits, like even before, when we're going through art, it's more helpful for us to actually go through and be like, this is not clear, this isn't spelled, this is...
Yeah, just don't mark all over it before you give it to your reader.
Yeah, can we do the readers first?
No, shh, no, no, no. Because the whole emphasis of this process is on the positive.
Could we like do the reader part first, and then we
No.
show it to the next person? I don't want to see what other people say. I just want to warm up by like. Because the thing is when I read.
Shh. I tell you what, here's this thing. Here's this thing. I've done this before, and this is how.
No, you're supposed to be like the new learning teacher who like knows someone new, like trying new different things each time.
This is it.
It's not new. You say you got it, just like you.
Well, that's because I found the best way. Once we find the best way, we stop. Like, we're going to play with new ways until we find the best way, and then we stop.
I know it's the best way.
I know it's the best.
How?
I have a doctorate in education.
I need like Dr. Patterson.
Mr. Patterson.
No. So, shh.
Also,
Where is the writing most clear? This is probably going to be looking at like a paragraph or a section or something like that. I will bet you that in most of the essays, This is somewhere about 2/3 of the way through. We'll see if that works out. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But what I usually see is the clearest part of an essay is about 2/3 of the way through. Right after somebody gets relaxed and has stopped worrying about how they're going to start, and right before they start worrying about how they're going to finish, they actually make sense, for what it's worth. Last, what questions do you still have is the reader question. What was the writer question?
The writer question was
What did you leave out? This book is huge. You left stuff out. You had to. It's important to leave stuff out. With the what did you leave out question, focus on those things that you almost wrote about or actually cut out of your essay as you wrote about them. And then see if you've got any lineup between the questions the reader still has and what you left out. It's kind of the low-hanging fruit. Questions about this? So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to put you into pairs and in maybe 1 or 2 cases, groups of 3, and you're going to work on this during this period.
That one makes sense. 2 groups of 3.
So you're going to work on this during this period. Questions? Where's that squirrel noise coming from? Yes.
What is the best sentence? When you like the one that's your favorite, or
You're
when
hearing
you
things
from?
talk about it.
The best sentence is really kind of a subjective, like it can be what is your favorite, what is, what is the strongest sentence, what is the most clear, any of those work. There's like a squeak that keeps happening. It sounds like this cheap little squirrel call I used to see.
the pencil that when you write.
Oh, it's the squeaky pencil?
Who's writing?
No one.
Whoa.
All right. Where is, here it is.